Welcome to the boating adventure.
If I had a boat and oceans to cross, then I would sail them. Since I have this promise to keep.
It's Easter Saturday on Saturday the 16th of April 2022, and today I've come to the Heritage Museum at Shardlow, so come and join me. The Heritage Centre was established in 1996 and is run by a small group of volunteers to research and preserve the history of the village and its port. The centre is open Easter to October on Saturdays, Sundays and bank holidays 12 till 5, and entry is free.
As a natural crossing point on the River Trent, there has been a settlement here at Shardlow since prehistoric times. For centuries, the River Trent has been a well-established route for trade, and indeed for Viking invaders of long ago. As an important river crossing point of the London to Manchester Road, the river became well used as an inland port and interchange between road and river traffic. It was, however, the opening of the local section of James Brindley's Trent and Mersey Canal in 1770 that gave rise to the rapid and substantial development of Shardlow into a major inland port. The Heritage Centre is located in one of the oldest of these warehouses. It was originally built as a salt warehouse in the 1770s. The Heritage Centre opened in 1996. The displays in the Heritage Centre will give you an insight into the history of Shardlow.
Oh look, I spy with my little eye an original Mexican teapot. You can tell it's an original because the lettering has been stamped into the clay. And here are some more, but looking at those are replicas. These remind me of the clog dancing that we saw on the Erewash Canal a few weeks ago.
Discover for yourself some of the interesting facets of canal life from 200 years ago.
The Heritage Centre has a large archive of photographs and articles portraying the history of Shardlow. I found this information very interesting as my paternal third great grandfather was born in this area in 1819. Today I've brought Kenny the kayak down to the Shardlow Heritage Centre. They do produce a very interesting heritage walk around the village, but I thought I would do what I can of it by boat, so I'm going to paddle around it, or at least to the bits that are connected to the canal. Start with the Heritage Centre itself, which is the oldest salt house in Shardlow, and it was built around 1777, and it's next to another warehouse which is known these days as the Clock Warehouse. I do remember many years ago it also being a museum, and I remember bringing some children from a school here to have a look round, but sadly that closed. But now it's a restaurant and it's very popular. And just up there we have Shardlow Lock, and the building at the side of it, that used to be a pub at one time, but that shut down and it's now a private house. And next to that is the Lock Cottage. We maybe have a little paddle over there and have a look at that in a little bit more detail. So now we have the Clock Warehouse, 1780, and it was built so that you could take your boat, your canal boat, underneath for unloading. The building on the left-hand side of the lock gates was formerly the Canal Tavern, and it had a bakery, a butchery and stabling, and it was rebuilt in its present form in around about 1890. Shardlow Lock Cottage was used by a lock keeper until the 1960s. And opposite we have another salt warehouse, a very early one. The bridge ahead of us takes the A6 across the Trent and Mersey Canal. This bridge was built in 1936. This is bridge number 3 on the Trent and Mersey Canal, and that's a very noisy duck. These warehouses at the side of the canal, on the other side of the A6, were built in 1780 and 1820, and there's one there with a crane outside which was used to lift things on and off of the boats, and these have the characteristic sunburst windows. Shardlow was known as an inland port because it had so many warehouses, and there was a lot of industry going on here. So this part here is known as Dobson's Wharf, named after the Dobson family, who set up business here in the 1950s. And here they carried out boat building. And the boats that they built were wooden and fiberglass cruisers. You can still see one or two of their boats around today. It also had a very good chandlery. They later went on to make yachts. This is moored outside the Malt Shovel pub in Shardlow. And you can see some of their boats on the Broads. And it wasn't until 1980s that they started to diversify into working on narrowboats. Dobsons have now long since gone, but there is some narrowboat building going on here. So whilst it can be said that Shardlow is very much a traditional narrowboating type place, in actual fact it had an important part to play in the development of cruisers. Still the Dobsons sign above the door there. So that's where they turned out wooden and fiberglass cruisers, right up till the 1980s really, and then they went on to make small yachts and much larger craft. There is a 48-hour mooring here if you come this way, and the good thing about Shardlow is there's quite a few pubs, and you can get meals and stuff in them. There's quite a few. There's also a chandlery at Shardlow Marina, which might prove useful. This is Sawsby Passenger Wharf, where packet boats, a sort of waterborne bus service, could be boarded. There's another warehouse coming into view. This has been converted into houses, but they've kept the sunburst windows, which are a traditional feature around this part of the world. pubs. Here's one of them. This is the New Inn. It's definitely not new. It's been there many, many years. And next to it we have the Malt Shovel. Both old hostelries. The Malt Shovel was formerly known as the Dewdrop and was built in 1799 by Humphrey Moore as the manager's house for the adjacent brewery. The New Inn, in fact, is one of the oldest pubs and was built in the 1770s as Mary Cope's Beer House.
Stourport, at the junction of the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal and the River Severn, and Shardlow are remaining examples of inland ports built to serve as transshipment places between canals and rivers. The last cargo boats came to Shardlow in the 1950s, but today the village and port serve the leisure use of the canal and river systems, home to boat building and chandlery services, and marinas on the canal and river.
As well as the museum itself, the Heritage Centre also has a really good website which is full of links to lots of archive material. At this moment in time they have some special displays to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth. hope you enjoyed that video. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then please press the subscription button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, which is displayed on a mobile phone or a tablet throughout my video. Please press the bell icon on the home page of the channel and you'll be notified by YouTube each time I upload a new video. Please give us a thumbs up and make any comments below, as I do enjoy reading them and I will respond to each and every one of them. So thank you very much for watching and do take care.